Time for the first of at least 2 encounters, boys basketball-wise, involving Larkin and Elgin high schools. The 90s have been dominated by the Royals, including a win string, which ended last year, of 8 consecutive victories. Elgin's Maroons have not beaten the Royals at Chesbrough Fieldhouse since calendar year 1990. Certainly Larkin fans would love to keep that string alive. Last year's first game of 3 between the schools was a classic. Let's look back. The game played 52 Fridays ago at Larkin High School was a great defensive struggle. Elgin leading 43-40 with a minute 30 left. Larkin would hang onto the basketball the rest of the way, missing several shot opportunities to get closer. It still got down to one more attempt for the Royals with 7 seconds remaining.
They're going to break huddle. You see Rodney Clifton, Casey Sowers, Mallory, Corey Hodges, Barty on defense. Inbounding it will be quickly Jason Stahl, who's a great outside shot. He's going to inbound here. They get it to Harper. Harper from 3. Harper, an air ball. Mallory has it. That is it right there. It's all over. The string has ended.
The Royals would get their revenge as they would defeat Elgin twice later in the season. One regular season game and this playoff victory at Chesbrough Fieldhouse would end the Maroon season and send Larkin back home to play host to Streamwood in a regional championship game. Coming into this year's season, Coach Dominic Canada was not certain how good his team would be after losing seniors Rod Ellis, Eric Zirk, and others. Lots of talent from last year's squad, but so far the Royals have played well. They've won 10, lost 4, and finished 5th in the Christmas tournament in DeKalb. The Maroons also own a 5th-place trophy as they won 3 and lost 1 in their own tournament over Christmas. Outside of an upset loss to Highland Park in the second game of that tourney, the Maroons have won all their other games and are tied for the conference lead with a 4-0 mark, along with the Fighting Saints of St. Charles. After the Christmas final victory, we had a chance to talk it over with Coach Jim Harrington.
We had great effort. Great team win tonight. Great defense in the second and fourth quarter. You're 2 points away from being 13-0. So, I mean, we're real proud of the effort so far. We're 12-1, and now we're looking forward to 1995.
And as everyone knows, 1995 begins with the Friday night Royals against the Maroons encounter. We'll tape delay the battle and show it to you here on Channel 4 on Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 7:30. Friends of the Anderson Animal Shelter will meet this upcoming Monday, January 9th at 7:30 in the evening. The meeting will take place at the shelter in South Elgin at 1000 South LaFox Street. You really should think about becoming a volunteer and helping out the animal kingdom, and at the same time, feel good about yourself. If interested, call 697-2881. Let's see what's in store for us this week for our Paw Pal. How about a big Anderson Animal Shelter welcome to Jackie. Now, Jackie might look familiar. Remember a few weeks ago, she was part of the twin. Yeah, that's right, Jackie. Jackie and I are now twins, as we might say. But Jackie has been here for a while, but this is a delightful kitty. 2 years old, needs to be...
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to basketball action. There you see it, Upstate 8 conference play we have here tonight, but also we've got East against the West, as we might say, Paul Lepic, as we've got Larkin traveling to Chesbrough Fieldhouse to take on Elgin, and that's always a great matchup. We've got all the action right here. We appreciate you being aboard here on Channel 4 and WESE. Yours truly, Jeff Myers, along with Paul. Paul, we haven't seen you since the football campaign. How are you, sir?
Great, and how are you?
Not too bad. We're seeing right here as we get the Larkin Royals going through the warm-ups there and enjoying a pretty good run right now as they've got 10 victories and 4 losses, and they've won 6 of their last 7 games. They are really enjoying some heady status in the conference because it was kind of a transition year. They're not coming off a sensational year a year ago, although they knocked off the Maroons 2 out of 3 times. But they came into this year with Ellis graduated, with Eric Zirk gone, but they've gathered around the Bosnian lad, although he was injured, Paul, and they've responded well in the early portion of the season.
Exactly right, but in talking with Jim Harrington, he says, you know, probably the importance of this game is more on Larkin's shoulders than on Elgin's shoulders, because Larkin, if they're looking to capture the conference, they are 2 down in the loss column right now. They're 3-2 in the conference, whereas Elgin is now 4-0 in conference.
There we see Dominic Canada right in the middle of your screen there. Coach Dosbish on his left. Dom, of course, veteran coach, has really had some fine success at Larkin. The 90s have really belonged to the Royals, as you know, Paul, when the encounters against the Maroons have come up. Until 52 weeks ago, as we talked to you tonight, it was 8 victories in a row for Larkin over Elgin. A year ago, of course, the Maroons defeated Larkin Larkin 43-40. But the Royals got their revenge, and twice here at Chesbrough, once in February and once on March 1st to end the season for Elgin. Larkin came away with a victory, and they certainly enjoyed that revenge factor there. Now, as we get a chance, the Maroons have gone back into the locker room, as is tradition, with about 5 minutes on the timepiece before the introduction of the starting five. Coach Harrington takes the troops back in. You see some of the cheerleaders dancing around there for the Maroons as we get a close look at some of the fine job they are doing right there, the pom-pom squad as well. You can see the crowd in the background there as they're almost dizzy in anticipation, enjoying things very much here. This is a fine crowd on hand here at Chesbrough, as you would expect. When we're playing this game, Paul, Elgin, if we haven't mentioned at the top, 12-1. Larkin, as we did, 10-4. So you've got teams 22-5. Elgin's been rated in the Tribune poll and the Sun-Times polls, highly thought of in the Daily Herald poll, of course. They've really enjoyed good success this year.
Exactly right. Elgin has been keeping their teams under 50 points with an average of 47.7, while they're scoring 61.4, and they're one of the leading scoring teams in the northwest suburban area. Just, you know, as you said about the crowd factor, for a snowy night, this is not a bad crowd, considering this is the first time this year that both these teams are facing each other. But as you said earlier, Elgin being 12-1, they got off to a fast start, only losing one game during that Christmas tournament. But it's not bad when you're only 12. When you're 12-1, you host your own Christmas tournament, you come in 5th place out of 16 teams. That's not too bad. There are a lot of great teams in that Christmas tournament. Elgin, of course, made a good showing of themselves, and I think they're very proud to be at 12-1.
No question about it. They lost to Highland Park by 1 point. I want to tell you, the team that won the tournament, Leiden, had the greatest front line I've seen in a long time. They had 3 blue chippers, future college kids, if I can say that, the front line of Leiden, who went on to win the tournament. They had been seeded number 2, so the Maroons would have had their hands full, certainly, with that team on that night. But again, it was only a 1-point loss to Highland Park, and then the team responded well, came away with a 5th place finish for their tournament. We haven't had any action since then as we talk with you. Here, of course, you're watching this tape delay. Game was played on Friday night, January 6th, as we've gone in the last couple of years. Paul, I kind of like it. We play the first Elgin-Larkin game right after the first of the new year. You know, you get that ham out of the way for Christmas, that Thanksgiving turkey out of the way, and you're finally ready to go.
Exactly right. And you've got 2 explosive teams, so if you're a fan sitting at home wondering what kind of a game this is going to be, it's going to be an excellent ball game. Crashing the boards a lot. In talking with both coaches, the key to this game is defense. Which defense is going to stand up under the pressure of both of these high-scoring offenses?
That's what we're going to find out here. If we can ask Director Dave, if I can say that. Dave, those are new dudes there, new duds that Elgin has on tonight. I've not seen their warm-ups before. If we can pan over there a little bit to the right side and see the Maroons warming up here. I'm not sure we can pull this off or not. There we're seeing the crowd. Jim Harrington perhaps wearing a new suit coat.
He's got some new duds.
Yeah, Coach Harrington right there surmising the situation as some of the fandom goes by. Coach Harrington looking right in your household right there. He's watching the kids warm up. Now, if we can follow Coach Harrington's eyes, there we go. There we see everybody. They got nicknames. Look closely now, because I've seen 8 Maroon games this year, and I've not seen these fancy warm-ups, to say the least. Bearcat number 40, as you can see on your screen, that's Casey Sowers. He's got that affectionate nickname there, Bearcat. See if we can make out some more here. The Admiral, that's coming our way outside there with Deshaun Johnson. There we go back to the Larkin Royals. They've got the good warm-ups, and they're going through the paces as well. So that's part of the excitement, the pageantry that we always like here, of course. And tell you what, we'll get ready for the introduction of the starting 5 and bring you high school basketball right to your home right here on WESE on this particular Wednesday night as you're watching. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We're back for Larkin Elgin basketball action from Chesbrough Fieldhouse when we return in 60 seconds.
Hey, man, there are a lot of reasons for not doing drugs.
Stay away from drugs because someone you love wants to be just like you.
And we are up.
Welcome back. We're going to give you the starting 5 here. Going to start first with Larkin. Going to get introduced to starting 5. And, you know, Paul, I think I'm as nervous as some of the players because you got a full house. It's, you know, brother against brother, cousin against cousin, as we like to say, things of that nature, Paul. So that can kind of get you ready for basketball.
Exactly. It's almost playoff-type basketball, and it's incredible. Again, an excellent crowd, as you can see in the background of the Elgin huddle. And looking forward to a great ball game tonight.
No question about that. We're going to see the starting 5 here. We don't expect any changes for Larkin. Hotch, we're going to call him. The Bosnian lad, Mirza Omerkasic is what we called him differently that last year, Paul, and then I know Mirza appreciates that. 6'4" senior, averaging about 17 points a game. He missed 7 games on the season. He's not being introduced yet here, but you can hear some of the Larkin fandom standing up now as we pan a little bit to the right. And we've had a couple announcements going to the crowd right now, and we'll be ready for the starting 5. There we go. First to be introduced is going to be one of the guards, Kevin Kujak, 6'1", 160, a senior. Kevin wearing number 12, as you can see there. Got a little wrap on the left arm, got the blue t-shirt underneath the jersey. Next in store, of course, Sean Griffin. Sean, a very outstanding player, certainly is a vital part of the Larkin team, 6'2", senior. And then also we would see Jason Johnson up front. There's Mirza getting the nod right here, wearing number 24. Hotch has been a real pleasant performer in the last 2 seasons, of course, for Coach Kanata. And Tim Cadney and Jason Johnson should comprise the starting 5 there as the players group around and get ready for this. Now let's see what kind of fan reaction we have here for the Maroons. Best crowd of the season, of course, here at Elgin, but great Larkin representation as well. There you can see those new warm-ups we talked about. That's Mark Barty getting the nod out there. Barty, the outstanding senior, 5'11", 160. No doubt will be an all-conference member this season. Next in store, we would have Jeff Stonecipher. Jeff, a great outside shooter, 6'2", 160. Stony J, his nickname, on the backdrop there. Jeff, of course, starting this year, saw quite a bit of playing time a season ago. Up front, you would have, of course, Steve Semero, 6'6" lad. They're going to introduce Rodney Clifton first. Rodney, the 3 sports star, as you know well by now, 6'3", 170, averaging about 15 points a game. He's just an outstanding performer. Paul, as we've talked about last year as well, he can guard a man taller than him, a man stronger than him, but he can do the combination of quickness and ability.
Exactly. He's got springs in his leg and great athletic ability and a really hard-working player.
And in the center position, Casey Sowers, Bearcat, 6'5", 200-pound senior. He'll be up there. He's not in as much foul trouble throughout the games this year. And also, of course, as we mentioned, Steve Semero would be the 5th, and we're ready to go. As we talk with you here, of course, in this tape delay basketball action, been an exciting sophomore game that saw the Elgin Maroon young team come away with a victory. They've got quite a bit of talent. They look forward to some future success as well. And this is going to be a wonderful matchup here. We appreciate all the pictures coming our way. Cameraman Chad down there on the floor doing his duty. John Downey up here in the second camera. Director Dave here as well. And our good friend Andy with some technical ability. And you know Paul Leppe. I don't have to tell you that. Take a look there as we see big Jason Johnson. Boy, there's a kid, 6'4", 230. He's got those shoulders out there. Number 40 on your screen. He's good for about 8.5 rebounds a game. He's been a major force defensive laner there for Coach Kanata this year. But as I say that, Tim Cadney, of course, going to jump it up. Tim's got the spring in the legs as well. Casey Sowers will do the honors for the Maroons, and we're ready to go. As you can see, Larkin in the home blue, or the road blue, we should say, in the home white and maroon trim for the Maroons. Tip controlled by Larkin, but they lose the basketball to Casey Sowers. Outlet to Barty. Mark will bring it up. Barty dish it down low. Clifton banks it up and in. Quick defense that time by the Maroons as they've done throughout the 13 games this year.
One thing to do to try to not have any team set up on defensively is to make it down court offensively really quick.
Kujak to Hotch. Hotch runs the right baseline. Push shot. Yeah, nice soft shot for Hotch. Yeah, and he's done that all season long except for the injuries where he missed 7 games. Got injured in the Thanksgiving tournament at Larkin High School. 2-2 it is. Barty out on top. They'll go to Semero. Semero looks left, dribbles once. He'll dish it to Clifton, running the baseline, knocked out of his hand, stolen by Hotch. Hotch outlet, he goes to Cadney. Tim lays it in. Nice fast break that time on the good defense by Larkin.
Excellent look down court, too, to see Cadney.
They lead 4-2. Out on top it goes now. Stonecipher, spin move rejected by Cadney. He has got great defensive ability and quickness, as we mentioned as well.
Mr. Cadney came to play.
Here's going to be the three-point attempt. Sean Griffin, yes! Just like that, Larkin jumps to a 7-2 advantage with 6:45 remaining in the initial stanza.
Man-to-man, three-quarter press.
Barty will bring it across the timeline. Hounded by Kujak. Barty, top of the key. He'll take a 13-footer, too hard, rims out, rebound taken down by Hotch. He'll bring it out himself, says Mirza. Hounded by Rodney Clifton there. That's a great matchup. We'll watch that. Paul isolate that a little bit for us. On the far side, Cadney, no advantage with Sowers on him. He'll go out on top now to Sean. Sean looks left. He'll dribble top of the key into the lane. He goes, shovels the pass in the hands of Stonecipher.
Looking for Johnson.
To Clifton. Clifton ahead of the field will miss. Rebound put up and in by Sowers. Rodney wasn't sure, should I dunk it or not? He didn't do either.
Got a rim job in the process.
7-4 it is. Larkin on top. Kujak across the timeline. He'll go on the near side now to Griffin. Griffin will go to Johnson. Jason spins around. He'll do some dribbling out on top now to Cadney. Casey Sowers guarding there. Left angle, that's Kevin Kujak. Again, good defense by Barty. Out on top now to Hodge. Let's see if he runs the baseline. He will. Push shot, yeah. Good-looking athlete there, Mirza is. 9-4 is the count. Couple of baskets for Hodge.
Lost his defender, went right in the lane for an easy layup.
5:35 remain in the initial stanza. It's East versus West. It's the matchup, Elgin against Larkin. Clifton's got it far side. Semero now on the angle. Steve's playing now where Kevin Gigiano used to start. Semero in trouble, gets it out on top to Casey. Sowers will take a wing popper, that's good. Top of the key, basically, 15-footer. Sowers has good range. We've seen that over the years.
Got to put a hand in his face, though, if he's going to shoot it from that far out.
Mirza will bring it across the timeline, again greeted by Rodney Clifton. Mirza, again, in the Bosnian tradition, more power players, and Kukoc and guys like that, and some of the Sycamore kids. There's going to be a runner. That's not good by Sean Griffin. Rebound taken down by Stonecipher. Let's see if he breaks it all the way himself. He will indeed. Push shot, no. Rebound, Kujak.
Should have looked back. He had a trailer behind him that was wide open.
Kujak flings it up here, baseball style, knocked out of bounds. I think last touch by Barty. No, as I said, forget that idea. Last touch by Arroyo.
That's what we thought, too. It looked like a touch by Barty, but Elgin's got the ball.
Semero will inbound. Backcourt pressure. That's Kevin Kujak right there in the face of Barty. 4:35 remain first quarter. Yours truly, Jeff Myers and Paul Lepic with you. Tape delay basketball action here at Chesbrough Fieldhouse. Clifton fakes a runner. Will get closer. Take it. Yeah. Nice move that time by Rodney. Had some of his finest offensive games. Had 29 points in the game against DeKalb back on December 17th. There's a steal in backcourt almost. Kujak will track it down. He's got to get it across the timeline.
That's it.
10 seconds, as Paul said. Turnover that time on good, quick defense by Elgin.
Yeah, it's one of the first turnovers, and we've already played about 4 minutes into this ball game.
If you joined us late, Paul, and I know you didn't, but if folks at home did, it's 9-8 with Larkin on top. Rodney Clifton will cradle the basketball, motion with the left hand. He'll be guarded by Sean Griffin on a switch there. Rodney will get it to Stonecipher, far side. Back to Rodney. Rodney out on top to Sowers. This time perhaps a little bit out of his range. That time about an 18-footer. Rims out, taken down by Sean Griffin.
Nobody underneath for Elgin to get the offensive rebound.
Sean, tricky dribble. Sets up the offense now. Flings it in the far right side. Dribble drive by Cadney. Can't do it. Back out to Sean. Thought about a three, I thought. Doesn't take it. Back to the corner, Jason. Bounce it down low. Hodge. Hodge in trouble. Force it. No.
Looked like he traveled there for a second.
Rebound to Casey. Gabe Hatchett has checked in for the first time. He's got it now to Stonecipher. Stonecipher to Rodney. Thought about a three. Gets closer for 16-footer. Yes.
Oh, you got to stick a hand in the face. Clifton will hit you there all night.
I said Gabe Hatchett, but that's Chris Walsh, of course, wearing number 30, often the first man off the bench for Coach Harrington. He's in there at the guard position in place of Mark Barty. 10-9 lead Elgin. 3:15 remain first stanza. Down low to no one. Knocked around. Johnson's got it. Jason goes through the zone with a pass to Cadney. Rejected partially. Clifton takes it away to Walsh. Chris outlet to Stonecipher, far side. Down low it goes. Semero, spin move. Steve, no. Tip, no. But we have an offensive foul, I think, Rodney Clifton.
Yeah, Clifton went right into the defender underneath. That's too bad because they had a mismatch on the other side on that jump shot. And they didn't put it through. Didn't finish.
So Larkin, after a quick start of 7-2, the Maroons have come back and lead 10-9 here, but Royals will bring it up and they make their first change of the night. As they, off the bench, will get an opportunity to make a switch.
Yolan Eden's been into the lineup for Elgin.
And Sean Lever is in there. Sean Lever, I'm going to call that. Sean, I didn't think that was high on the order there. Down low, Hodge it goes, and shot's no good by Sean Griffin. He had a relatively open shot. Coming away with it.
Griffin heard footsteps.
Yeah, Hodge has got it. He sets it up again. Cadney near side. Got it by Walsh. Nice pick that time by Jason. Bounce it down low now to Jason. Spin move by him. Down low, they'll get it to Sean. Puts it up and in. Sean Lever does a nice job there. Gives the Royals the lead 11-10.
Nice look by Johnson down low to find him.
Sure was. There's a jumper on the wing by Walsh who doesn't shoot much. Tipped by, not good by Semero. Rebound taken down by the Royals. That's going to be Tim Cadney. He gets it to Hodge, and Hodge will bring it up, greeted in forecourt there by Rodney Clifton.
No offensive rebounding for Elgin tonight.
Down low, they'll go to Jason like a train going through right there on time. He puts it up and in. Nice job, Jason Johnson. 13-10 Royals. See what the whistle is.
Substitution, I think.
Jason Williams will come off the bench for Coach Jim Harrington. And he does so here. Jason, 6'3", 160, a senior. Walsh will run it. Barty will check in at the next whistle.
So will Doug Snyder from Larkin.
Those are the changes upcoming. Land of three, it's going to be, yes.
Oh.
That, of course, is Yolan Edens who hit that three. The transfer from Streamwood got open on the far left.
He's got 15, now making 16 three-pointers on the year.
Knotted at 13 we are. Far side, it's going to go to Sean Griffin, who's hit a three here tonight, to Cadney. Tim's in the three-point land, won't do it. He'll get it now. Back to Sean, out on top. The lever, Sean will dish it to Sean. And let's see, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a Maroon.
The Larkin ball
And you see
underneath.
a tight shot of Rodney Clifton there.
Good job by Larkins finding the man down low, both by Hodge and by Johnson. Each time finding the guy down low for that open layup.
Right in front of you, Sean Griffin will inbound. Flings it out on top. He does nicely. Now Tim Cadney's got it. 1:15 remain here in the initial stanza. Out on their side with the basketball, Snyder. Now it's going to be Sean Griffin for three. Hit one there earlier, doesn't do it. Jason Johnson, the big rebound, no. Battle again, try it again, no. Finally a foul somewhere. Larkin incredible on the rebounding, as Paul has pointed out here tonight. 4 opportunities at the hoop, and it looks like Tim Cadney will end up at the charity line.
Casey Sowers with the foul. That's his first, and that's team's second. So 2 shots coming here to Cadney.
So Tim spins the basketball, the 6'4" senior. Played quite a bit last year as well. Got that unique approach from the charity line. Flings it up there about not more than 16 feet in the air, I think, and got it to go.
Cadney's shooting 70% from the charity stripe.
A unique style. Well, we've woken up for the alarm ball, turn it off. As the buzzer, as you can hear in the background, has stuck. I've never known this to happen at Chesbrough Fieldhouse. So this will be that moment of indecision. We're going to send Director Dave down there because he's pretty technical. He'll figure out what's going on. So we'll have a break in the action here. You see the scoreboard. Larkin on top, 14-13. 1:05 remaining. And don't be alarmed. The trouble's not on your end at home. I don't know if you can hear that real well in the background, but it's stuck in that on position. It's like when Paul was trying to hop into somebody's car the other day.
Hey, I didn't think anybody was watching.
And the alarms and whistles went off.
You mean WESC TV was there too?
As we settle in here, there was an NBA game where this went on for about 32 minutes earlier this year, Paul. Finally, they just had to shoot the guy handling the buzzer.
That's it.
There's a nice expansive shot of Chesbrough Fieldhouse. This wonderful facility, as you can see in the background, is a very nice place for a basketball game. Always fun to be here. We always appreciate the hospitality of Mike Rogowski and the troops, if not the noise factor of this alarm. This is the first time the two teams have met this year. There we go. The battery went dead. Yeah, finally, somebody shot the rabbit, I guess. We finally got the little guy. The battery went dead. And here we go. We're going to be at the charity line with 1:05 in the first quarter remaining. Nice to have you aboard. Yours truly, Jeff Myers and Paul Leppick, as we're always, of course, delighted to bring you all the action as far as basketball is concerned right here on Channel 4 WESE.
We want to wish all of you a Happy New Year.
All right, we'll do that. But you know, along about January 15th, we stopped that tradition, Paul.
I see.
Yeah, this one is good as well. 15-13, Larkin on top. In forecourt, it's Yolan Edens. Edens with the basketball on the near side. He can hit from the three. Down low to Sowers. Open. Banks it up and in. Nice assist that time from Edens to Casey Sowers.
Exactly. Edens saw Sowers wide open. On his had the defender on the back hip for the backdoor play.
There's going to be a dribble drive. Far side. Larkin losing the basketball there. Stolen from Edens to Barty. Barty bounce it to Jason Williams. He'll lob a shot. No. Rims out. Rebound. Who's got it? Last touch by Jason. Kind of an awkward-looking hang shot, a hawk shot that time by Jason Williams. Couldn't get it to fall.
And just kind of put it on the rim. Got a couple of terrible bounces, rimmed out. Jason couldn't control it as it went on a bounce.
A lunging finger roll that was, I think, that time. Snyder's got it down deep, put it up and in. Was that Lever down there? Yes, it was.
Yep.
Sean Lever gets his second basket. Larkin on top by 2. Royals playing a nice basketball game here, playing some of the best basketball of the season. Dribble drive by Edens. In trouble goes to Sowers on the wing, partially blocked by Snyder, taken down by Williams, put up and in.
Nice play by Williams down low, getting underneath behind the Larkin defenders, underneath for the easy two.
Snyder flings it down low to Jason. Big burly Jason has it rejected by Sowers.
Hello, Casey. Welcome, Jason, to Chesbrough.
That was Casey at the bat, out of bounds that time as he rejected that one. Down to 5 seconds on the timepiece in the quarter. Let's see where the shot will come. If it does, there's a steal by Clifton. Can he get it off? He can. At the buzzer. No, it does not. Don't count it at home. Clifton just missed that with the crowd noise. You couldn't hear that darn buzzer we couldn't get away with earlier.
Right.
So that is not a basket, and we're all nodded at the end of one quarter. So we'll tell you at the end of one quarter, it's Larkin 17, Elgin 17. We're going to take a 60-second timeout.
Perhaps your future's up in the air, and you just don't know it. Aim high. Air Force.
Hey, yo, check this out. What do you do when you're offering drugs?
Beat it! Drug-free's the way to be.
You know, I've done a lot of amazing things. People say, Bo, you've run through some of the toughest defenses in the NFL. You were an MVP in an all-star game. Bo, what else is there? Well, today, I found out. Find out more from a Navy recruiter.
Back once again we are as we get ready for second quarter action. That was a doozy of the first 8 minutes there, Paul.
Exactly right, and leading scorers after one quarter, Clifton with 6 and Sowers with 6 for Elgin. As far as Larkin, well, you got a whole ton of people. Hotch with 4, Kennedy with 4, and Lever with 4.
So that sets the stage. Jason Williams will inbound at center court, does to Mark Barty, and we get ready for second quarter action. That's Sean Griffin in the defensive posture there, as you can see. Barty heads for the left side. It's a great matchup here. Look at the intensity on these two guys. Barty down low, throws it away. So again, Sean Griffin is a unique and defensive figure as the Maroons have seen this year. He's got the quickness, and him and Cagney are really similar in that, but Sean can handle a lot of different components as well. Having trouble getting across the timeline. Hotch finally does on the far side with a hippity hop. He's double teamed. Gets it to Sean. Lever with the basketball. Out on top now between the circles. Back it goes to Hotch. Look at Clifton right in his chest. Hotch faked him out. Oh, the shot short.
Kind of led it with the elbow, too.
Yeah, but it's put up and in. Is that Sean Griffin with the follow-up? Yes, it is.
Sean Griffin.
Rodney Clifton far side. Hotch showed Rodney something that time and had knocked away by Sean Lever. Nice defense that time by Larkin. Usually you don't get that advantage on Rodney Clifton, Paul.
And Lever really quick with his hands, batting it out of bounds.
Royals lead by 2, 19-17. If you were here, you're seeing how the game went as we call the game here on tape delay. There's a steal by Cadney. Tim will miss it. Rebound, Cadney. Up, no. Rebound by Clifton. Outlet to Barty. Barty in forecourt. Will he go all the way? No, it's rejected. I think Barty usually dishes that off. But a couple of Royals rejected that. Cadney's got that long extension when he missed those 2 shots. For heaven's sakes, he was reaching about 9 feet, it looked like.
Boy, Dominic Konatikin has another couple of gray hairs on that one.
Dominic is the most cool and calm coach on the sidelines. I know he's a great coach. Clifton, turnaround popper lane, no. Rebound Semero, no. Rejected nicely by Sean Griffin. It looked like make that Tim Cadney. Taken down by Hotch. In a crowd, you see him, a whirling dervish. In forecourt, headed your way. And he'll hear a whistle.
Got held over on the left side.
Let's see who they whistle that on. Bill Cahoon is in there right now for the Larkin Royals. They're going pretty deep into their bench, as I told you they would, Paul.
Yolan Edens with the foul. It's his first, team's third. Sending Hotch to the line for 2.
Go ahead, Paul.
Hotch, an 87% free throw shooter.
Oh, my heavens. He's got the wrap. Again, he had arthroscopic surgery and missed 7 games. Rims it out. Nice job, Paul. For heaven's sake, you just jinxed the young lad. But he missed the 7 games after...
All right, 86.5.
Oh, all right. Updating on the quick WESE computer. Second toss.
Oh.
Rebound, Sowers. Outlet to Yolan Edens. Royals lead by 2. Stops, pops, Edens short. Rebound, no one. Out of bounds it goes. I'm sure Coach Jim Harrington not appreciating the shooting selection of the the Maroons, I should say, at this point.
Well, I tell you, the game is going to be decided tonight on the offensive and defensive glass because they are just pounding inside. Whether or not the teams can make their shots down low, that's going to determine the factor of this ballgame.
Lots of energy, lots of emotion, of course, in this old field house when these teams get together. Down low, Cadney, hippity-hop. He's hacked again. Probably going to whistle that on Casey Sowers, or perhaps Rodney Clifton. There's Jim Harrington. You can see at home he gets a quick conversation with Rodney Clifton there and sends Rodney back into the war.
Sowers with his second personal, team's fourth.
Cadney's at the line, and all right, Mr. Statistician, what is he charity tossing wise for the year?
70%.
As we saw him with the unique style earlier.
And he's 2 for 2 so far tonight.
Very efficient.
There you
Flings it up there. Hey, he's got the shooter's roll that time. Bounced around, went through. There's a good look at Tim. As he'll get, watch this unique thing. We'll hold this camera here. Tim will crouch down uniquely, and he'll kind of slide to the left and fling it up there real low. Look at that. Just the way you did that in the driveway over the years. 21-17, except you were driving a car. That's
it. Yep.
4-point lead for the Royals. 6:25, second quarter action. Barty across the timeline, picked up by Kevin Kujak, who's back in there now. Barty down low, Semero, Baker, yeah.
Nice look by Barty, found Semero open on the left side.
2-point lead for Larkin, backcourt pressure, that's Yolan Edens there. Hounding Sean Griffin, near side it goes to Kevin Kujak in forecourt for the good-looking blonde lad. Out on top it goes now, Sean Griffin. Far side to Hotch.
Forget about outside shooting. It's all going inside tonight.
Kevin guarded by Barty. Out on top, Sean Griffin. Now to Hotch again. Look at Rodney Clifton chest to chest for these two great athletes. This is a great matchup here. You're seeing a wonderful replay. And this Hotch says, I got to have it. Knocked away, but it's tracked down by Sean. Griffin's got Yolan Edens all over him. Sean's a bit taller of the two. Now on this side, it's Hotch and Griffin. Now Kevin Kujak, he's going to travel. Kevin Kujak did that as he took a hop, step, and a jump towards the hoop there on the left baseline.
Barty with some tight man-to-man defense, and the only thing Kujak could have done was to go around him.
Jason Johnson checks back in. Backcourt pressure will be applied. Steve Semero is going to inbound there, right in standing on the E and Elgin on the inbounding. He gets it in now to Yolan Edens. Yolan's going to have Mirza look at him. Bring it up here. There's a matchup there. Mirza's probably got about 70 pounds on Edens, you would think.
We got to find Clifton. There's a mismatch out there.
Sowers wing jumper, no rebound. Nicely done by Sean Griffin. Outlet to Mirza. Mirza with a hesitation dribble to Kujak. Down low to Casey Sowers on the steal. To Barty, wedges way through a double body there or two. Semero probably traveled, got away with it. Wing jumper, yes. We're knotted at 21. 5:05 remain here in the second quarter.
He had Edens open on the left side because he had 3 guys on it, but he still took the shot and went in.
Kevin, spin move, going to be double team Clifton, a steal almost, but he falls down. Mirza will let it roll out of bounds right in front of the Larkin bench. Crowd kind of sitting and enjoying this defensive struggle here and the good work down low by each team. As Kujak will bring it up with a left-handed dribble. There we saw Coach Kanata for a moment there. Kujak heads for the right side, again guarded by Barty. Now Mirza's got it down low, tries to get big Jason, can't do it. But it's last touched by a Maroon on its way out of bounds.
Looked like Yolan Edens after Johnson touched it. You know, another factor in this ballgame, but you won't see until like the third or fourth quarter, is going to be stamina. The way these guys are banging down low, let's see which team is going to last.
And historically, Paul, I know we're tape delay, but the Maroons have had more total bodies this year, and they have worn teams down in the second half, often early in the third quarter. There's going to be a dribble drive that is not good. Looks like Sean Griffin the shot. Rebound taken down by Sean or Tim. Tipped up in there by whom? We'll have to hear the Jason Johnson got that. Boy, it was hard to see his big bit up there. But it was 23-21. Nice work that time by Jason. Edens gets around Mirza. He goes up and down. He was going to shoot, going to pass, didn't do either, came back down, and that's a turnover.
Saw Clifton on the left side, but then Hotch went over to cover him in a double team, and Edens didn't feel he wanted to pass it that way, and that caused the travel.
Edens doing quite a bit more ball handling than has been a tradition in most of the games. He's a great offensive player, but he's more taking the Barty role here at this moment, and trying a unique matchup there with Mirza. As I say that, Yolan goes out.
I got a full court press by Elgin.
Mirza's got it. Back it goes now to Sean Griffin. Sean's going to be greeted by Jeff Stonecipher. Double teaming now. It looks like maybe almost triple teaming for a moment. They get it to Kevin in forecourt, as you can see. Now what do we got? A hack foul. Probably give that to Barty.
Reach in. It looked like Semero
or
with the
Semero
reach.
with the reach. It is on Steve Semero. That's why Paul knows what he's talking about. Inbounding near side, it's going to be Hotch. Says, let me have the basketball.
You know, thus far, Larkin with no fouls against Elgin's 5.
That's incredible. Lob it down low to big Jason. It's knocked out of bounds, but Stone Cypher's also out of bounds. It was full detail. He had the size 12 sneakers totally out of bounds. It wasn't close ball. It was out of bounds.
Looking for a person to pass to.
Hodge will lob it tall. Out on top, Cadney. Guarded by Sowers. Great matchup here. Tim tries to use his speed to get around him. Can't. Sean Griffin. Sean, basketball above the head, as you can see. Back to Tim. Watch the extension of Tim here, and we hear another whistle.
Offensive, it looked like.
Well, there goes a foul on the Larkin Royals. Where was that at, Paul?
That's the first one. It looked like an elbow on a push-off.
That's big Jason Johnson down there.
What's the score, bro?
It's going to be 23-21 is the count.
Okay.
The Royals on top by 2 with 3:50 remaining here in the second quarter. There's out on top, Barty, jumper, no rebound. Semro had it, got it back, and a crowd has it rejected. He's going to go to the charity line, it looks like, shooting 2. Foul, I guess, is going to be on Hodge. He's the first to claim it. It is on Mirza. And so it should be Semro at that line. See if he can knot things up if he hits both of them. As it was 17-17 at the quarter break. And now the Royals with the advantage by 2.
With Semro with that height advantage down low, and the only thing that Hodge could do is just hack at him. And Semro at the line.
So Steve will see what he can do here. This one's no good. Sean Lever's going to check back in for Dominic Canada's troops, and Hodge is going to sit down. Should have got a better round of applause there, but I'm sure the fans are waiting for later in the game to give him that round of applause.
Sean Lever getting a lot of playing time, as you said.
He really is.
He's moved up on the rotation scale.
Semro swishes that. 1-point lead by the Royals. Cadney inbound, Sean Griffin. Far side, Kujak. Let's see how they handle that without Mirza, who does lots of ball handling out there. Sean Griffin in forecourt. Bounce it off the thigh of Semro, stolen by Barty. Mark in a crowd. Zigzagging, as you can see. Will he shoot? Rejected by Sean Griffin, but a foul. I guess the foul is on Sean.
I'm going to call a blocking foul down low.
I'm not sure where that was.
I think it's on 44, Sean Lever.
All right.
That's his first, team's third.
Combinations of bodies there, but I believe it was the paw of Sean Griffin that rejected that shot,
Correct.
however.
Correct, but Lever blocked them down low. So now Barty's on the line for 2.
Barty will dance that line, as we said. 63% on the season from there. This first one, no. They're struggling at the line. The Maroons are. They trail by 1. 23-22. Barty, as you saw, took a walk away from the charity line. We'll try once again. And we're going to have a Larkin Royal come in here.
It's number 42, Brad Gavalek.
Brad Gavalek will check in there. 6'2" junior. And Barty will try to knot it up again. His toss is good. All knotted up at 23 we are. 3:24 remains second quarter action. Tape delay basketball here on WESE. Yours truly, Jeff Myers and Paul Epping. Double teaming in backcourt, now in forecourt. Gavalek has it. He'll get it out on top to big Jason Johnson. Jason now near side Cadney. Cadney, tricky dribble between the legs and a crowd there, as you can see. There's going to be Gavalek, the baseline runner, can't do a thing. Out on top, it'll now go to Cadney. Back it goes to Brad. Far side now, Sean Griffin. Here's a match if he wants to shoot. It misses. Rebound, Semro in a crowd, spinning around. Pivoting, outlets to Barty. Barty in forecourt to Rodney. Clifton wanted to shoot, couldn't do it. Good defense that time, but Gavalek, he'll wing it out now to Semro. 2:35 remain here, taking their time. Steve a little uncertain what to do with that basketball. Wants to get it to Rodney or something. And he's still having trouble with it. Goes out on top to Sowers. Sowers wants to dish it backward to Clifton. Boy, they've got Sean Lever is all over Rodney Clifton. Isn't he? Great matchup there.
Clifton with a little bit of a height advantage.
Clifton in a crowd, force it up, no. Rebound, the Royals and Cadney. Tim with Sowers on him will bring it out. As they slide across the timeline, a pick set by Jason Johnson. Who can do it better than Jason? No one. Jason's got the basketball now.
Jim Harrington giving it to that ref on the far side. He's telling him that, you know, that Clifton got bumped down low, no call.
Gavalek, the Cadney. Tim in the land of 3. He's not going to take the shot here. Royals taking their time. Down low, Jason. Let's see if he can power it in there. Tapped out of bounds by Rodney Clifton.
Nice reach by Clifton because Johnson's a moose.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you have to have that long extension reach upward and outward if you can do that.
6'4", 230 goes Johnson.
Nice job. Sean Lever's going out now. Nice defensive job on Rodney Clifton by him. Inbounding, it will be Hotch who checks back in after a 2-minute respite out. Out on top, it'll go now to Sean Griffin. Round the horn, they'll work it. Cadney from 3. No. Rebound taken down, but no one. Tapped around finally. It's Stonecipher with it. To Barty, knotted up at 23. Low-scoring second quarter after a rather high-scoring first.
Larkin tending to stand around on offense.
Jason Williams running the lane. Forced shot. Yeah. Gets away probably almost with a charge. Got away with it. Maroons lead by 2, 25-23. Hodge knocks it off his own head. Backcourt, flings it to forecourt. To Gavelek. To Cadney. Cadney out on top now to Hodge. Hodge running the lane. Forcing up off-balance shot. Going to draw the foul. Nice work that time by Mirza. Kind of force that situation as he does so well, Paul.
Let's see who the foul's on here.
John Rodney.
Clifton.
That's his second.
The team's 6th.
Mirza was in the act of shooting, so he's going to toe the line here.
So one more, and Larkin is in the bonus situation with 1:11 left to go here first half.
Royals trail by 2, 25-23. Going to have a substitution coming in here for Dominic Canada's troops. Josh Bibbins will check in, a 6-foot senior. Make that a 6-foot junior for Josh. Give him another year of eligibility as I look at my record. So Josh checks in wearing the number Jordan made famous, 23, and there's number 24, Mirza at the line. First toss, yep, he's got it.
I thought you were saying 45.
Or, yeah, that's right, baseball-wise now. One of those good-looking replacement players for 95.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Unfortunately, I think you're right.
And Mirza's going to try to knot it up here at 25 with the 1-1-1 remaining here in the first half. This one, swish, we're knotted. Stonecipher will inbound, backcourt pressure, will get it to Barty. Barty has got Josh guiding him up court. Couple of 23s doing battle here. As it's East first West at Chesbrough Fieldhouse on this night. There's going to be a reach-in foul on a Larkin Royal. Coach Jim Jones on the sidelines there. You see him just to the left of your picture at home. Did not like that call. He's in the white shirt there. Just sat down. He was pacing up and down the sidelines.
Foul on Josh Bibbins. That's his first, the team's 4th. Elgin has to inbound.
Barty here comes on a shocker play to Yolan Edens. He can't go up with it, so he comes back down with it. Misses a shot. Rebound taken down by Sean Griffin.
Well, he had a wide open shot, too, at the baseline.
Outlet it's now with Josh. He falls down. Remains to get it down to Mirza. Mirza down low to Sean Griffin, who spins around, puts it up and in.
I don't think Sean knew it, and he's injured over on the far side.
Oh, he isn't, but play continues here. Now we'll have a whistle. And there you see a tight shot there. Sean Griffin put the basket up and in on the left side.
Looks like an ankle, probably.
Looks indeed. Or if he fell down on part of the body there, something buckled that time when he came down. He was in a crowd when it's an ankle, it looks like. When he made that basket, he was in a crowd. He spun around, really, spinning on, using his elbow. There's Coach Canada looking in, Coach Jones, and our referee, as they're going to get a chance. And there's Dr. Nick, the team physician for the Maroons, getting a chance to lean in here. Doctor, one of the most highly respected team physicians around.
When that pass came down low, I don't think Griffin was anticipating that at all because he didn't think he was open. Did a 360 in the lane and make that layup, and I don't think he was watching where his feet went, and he might have twisted his ankle, and that's probably where it's at right now, as he's obviously in a lot of pain.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be that left ankle there, but if anybody can get him back on his feet quickly, Dr. Nick can. And he's now talking with Sean, obviously, right there. Because Sean, it really was a traffic jam. And as Paul said, when he got the basketball, it was, how did he get the basketball for one? And it seemed like he spun around almost on his elbow to get in position. And the lower body might not have followed his elbow action.
Yeah, instead of making a short turn to his left and make the layup, he did a 360 around to his right. And that's where he twisted it.
Unless you're Linda Blair in one of her movies, you can't make that pivot with all body parts, for heaven's sakes. All right, there he goes. He's being helped off. Let's hope he's back here in the second half. Just 39 seconds remain here in the first half. And Sean Griffin, the outstanding senior. How many points in the night for Sean?
Let's see here. So far, 7.
7 points. You see him gingerly being led away, staying off that left ankle. Nice camera work that time by Chad down along the sidelines there as we bring you basketball action here on Channel 4.
Can't even put any pressure on it.
No, you can't. You really can't. So hopefully, though, if you can get that in there, soak that real quick, it might just be that momentary sprain that comes about where you, as you said, you're not really hurt too badly. So here we go. Let's see what the discussion is. Well, obviously, the Maroons have the basketball up in forecourt, so they'll inbound. That's Deion Johnson, the great football player for Coach Stevens and the troops in there, and he inbound on the far side. Maroons probably play for the final shot with 35 seconds on the timepiece. There's Edens. Flings it far side to Stonecipher. Long way away from the hoop here. Hotch is guarding him. 25 seconds remaining first half. Stonecipher flings it far side. Jason Williams at the far hash mark. Now to Edens with 17 seconds on the piece. He's guarded by Tim Cadney. Barty near side cradles the basketball on the left hip. 10 seconds remain and the offense will start probably, Paul, right now. Barty out on top, one-on-one. Barty in the lane, down low to Deion, can't do it. And that's going to be it for the half and the quarter. And it's going to be Larkin with a very good first half and a low-scoring second quarter. They've got the advantage here. At the end of 16 minutes, it's Larkin 27, Elgin 25. Tell you what, we'll take a 60-second timeout. We're back with all the stats and the third quarter when we return after these.
This step-by-step building block process emphasizes chords, including chord construction, voicing, progressions, and the circle of fifths. Knowing how to use chords is the basis for improvisation. Call now and get the full details.
Call 1-800-224-PIANO. That's 1-800-224-PIANO to learn how to play the piano today. 1-800-224-PIANO.
And we are up on one.
Back once again here as we almost begin the third quarter. There you see the Maroons loosening up. We had a wonderful halftime show here put on by the baton twirling squad at Elgin High School and the members of the drum corps, we'll call it, of Elgin High School as well. Here at the half, the Royals lead the Maroons 27-25. Paul, how about some stats?
Well, for Larkin's 27 points, they're led in scoring by Sean Griffin with 7 points. And as you recall, Sean went off with an ankle injury, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes back. Tim Cadney with 6, Hodge with 6, Jason Johnson with 4, and Sean Levy with 4. For the Elgin Maroons, they're led in scoring by Casey Sowers with 6, Rodney Clifton with 6. You got Steve Semero with 5, Jason Williams with 4, Yolan Edens with 3. Then you got Mark Barty with 1. As far as free throw shooting, Larkin 75% from the free throw line at 6 for 8. Elgin with 50% at 2 for 4. And that due to large part because Larkin, just towards the latter part of that second quarter, finally got 4 team fouls called against them. For a good portion of the first, well, all of the first quarter and a good portion of that second quarter, they had no team fouls. And so it kept Elgin off the charity stripe. So again, 27-25, Larkin over Elgin at the half.
That was after a rather fast-paced first quarter. That saw both teams score 17. Then it slowed down, Paul, for the 27-25 count here at the half. But get ready for exciting basketball action. Thanks for being with us here in this tape delay action. The East versus West, the Elgin against Larkin Classic that often seasons takes 3 games into account. Last year, Larkin knocked off the Elgin Maroons 2 out of 3 times. But that ended a long streak because Elgin had not beaten Larkin since 1990 before that January 7th, 1994 victory. But here tonight, once again, teams are coming in with fine records. 12-1 for Elgin as we entered this game. 10-4 for Larkin. Second half action, Kevin Kujak's going to inbound that to Cadney. We do not see Sean Griffin starting things. Sean Lever's out there. So Sean Griffin down low. Jason Johnson. Nice low pass to Jason. Put it up and in. As Jason's a big guy, as you see, as he comes back up court. Rodney Clifton, far side, flings it out on top to Stonecipher. Near side, Barty. Barty down low. He tries to get it to Semero and does. Steve has it rejected from behind by Hodge. Nice job.
Boy, Semero should have taken it right to the hoop. There was nobody between him and the hoop, but he decides to take a jump shot, and that gave Hodge all the time in the world to try to block it, which he did.
To surround the mountain, if you will. Almost came around and got him. Stonecipher, Rodney out on top, Barty. Royals by 4. Stone Sapper, a good shooter, can't get the shot away. Spins around, lobs it tall. Barty. Barty runs the lane, forces one up, rejected nicely by a combination. I'll give it to Jason Johnson there. We're going to lead the league in rejects outside of our crew here tonight. We've had some incredible defense down low. Cadney out on top. Lob it. Kujak, Kevin, basketball high above the head. They will be affected by Sean Griffin not in there because, you know, they look for Sean for good points as well. Down deep it goes. Kujak rims out. Kevin is on board. That's a rejected. How did he get the shot away, and then how did it come out of the cone?
Honestly, in the land of tall timbers, he tried to put that back up, and it got rejected.
And Hotch will inbound. Play number 1 he has in mind. Mirza lobs it into the hands of Barty almost. Knocks it out of bounds, as you see, right in front of the Royal bench. 7:01 remain third quarter. Royals by 4, 29-25. Hotch inbounds, Kujak, Kevin lob it tall, Johnson got a head start down low, puts it in. Nice. He had it on the right side, no one on the left.
Exactly, nice play on the back door so far, Johnson with all 4 points.
Clifton running the baseline, in trouble, what happens? Does he step out of bounds or is he fouled? Looks like it's a foul, perhaps on that big timber right there, Jason Johnson.
Block on Johnson, if that's the case, which it is, it'll be his second personal foul, the team's first.
If we ever need Jason escorted out of any building, Jason will do the honors for us. He's a good-looking lad down there. Rodney Clifton at the line. Rodney on the night has 6 points. Subpar performance for him.
Normally averages close to 15.
It's about 15, and really early in the season, no one was scoring really in double figures, and he turned up the point out wattage, I guess, a little bit in recent times. But they were playing so many players early in the season, if I can say that. Everybody's scoring in that range of 8, 9, 10. Second one, no. Rebound taken down by Sowers, has it rejected, struck down by Hotch. In a gallop, Mirza. Let's see what happens. He will... Nice defense by the Maroons, and Mirza shoveled it away after he couldn't get the shot away.
I know, and they didn't want to be called for traveling, so he shoveled it away, and the intended receiver wasn't ready for it.
Tossed it like you would an ant off the picnic table at summertime. Just get out of here right now. Not your aunt. I mean, like an insect.
Okay. My uncle, then.
Yeah,
my uncle.
I've seen your uncle. You're right.
They're right.
Barty with it. Maroons trail by 5. Clifton will take a wing jumper. It's good. Nice soft shot by him. Now a 3-point lead by the Royals with 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Tim Cadney across the timeline. Greeted by Casey Sowers there. Near side, Kujak, Kevin, lob it. Mirza, baseline, back to Kevin on the give and go. No, sir. Rebound, Barty.
Well, Kujak has to finish that.
Mark to Clifton. Clifton tracks it down. Can't get the shot away. We'll fling it to Severo. Steve.
Oh, my.
He missed it down low, but he's fouled.
Second time he has wide open to the hoop, and he decides to go crazy a little bit, and it missed both shots.
Again, it's kind of the finger roll that's too hard. Can't jam it there. If he thought about it, he was just kind of in between with that shot. We've seen a few times here on this Friday night. 5:58 remain in the third quarter. Substitutions coming in. Doug Snyder makes a reappearance for Dom Kanata's troops. Around the horn they work it.
That foul, by the way, was on Kujak. That's his first, team second.
Barty to Severo. Let's see what Steve does at this time. He's fouled. I think he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2. Severo is a lad who did not play his junior year basketball here at Elgin. Came back out this year and did exceptional in the preseason.
Fouls on Johnson. That's his third, team's second. Correction, team's third. Sending Severo to the line.
Steve actually came of age in the December 9th, we should say, game against Lake Park on the road. As you know, the Lancers, UEC crown champions of last year, conference champions. It was a tough road game, and Severo got wonderful rebounding ability down the stretch.
Much different tune this year for the Lake Park Lancers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Second to last.
They were scrappers in the game we saw, but you realize they didn't have the physical ability they've had the last 2 seasons running. First one good by Steve, 31-29, Royals lead. Spins the basketball. This one, swish. So with no one in his face, he's good 2 for 2 there.
Severo 3 for 4 on the night.
Inbounding, it's been 4 points in a row by the Maroons. 31-30, inbounding knocked away. They'll do it again. Tim Cadney will inbound with backcourt pressure being supplied by Rodney Clifton. Mark Barty, Jason Williams. Cadney having trouble, flings it here to Lever. Shawno came back to get it back to Cadney. Cadney with those long loping strides of his across the timeline, guarded by Jason Williams. Cadney flings it now. Doug's time, we should say Lever here on the near side. Lever back to Cadney. Bill Cahoon also in there for the Maroons. He's wearing that 54. You saw him set a pick there. Far side with the basketball, Snyder in a crowd. Who's got it? Mirza. No, Cahoon, a leader, rejected, foul. Bill Cahoon will go to the line. He's a tall lad at 6'4"-ish, 180, a junior. Whistle that foul on Steve Semero.
That's for Semero's second personal team first. Cahoon in the lineup probably for Griffin. Griffin still with that injury. They need some big bodies up front.
First toss by Bill is good. 2-point Royal lead, 32-30. Again for Christmas, it was a 3-victory and 1-loss tournament for the Royals in DeKalb, where they've been going for many seasons. For Elgin here, their own tournament, they won 3 and lost 1 and finished 5th place. Second toss, Cahoon, no. Rebound battled for who's got it? Semero with a big reach. Comes away with the crowd. And the basketball to Barty. Barty down low. Jason Williams rejected, but he's fouled.
They got a little bit of the arm as well. So for Cadney, we're going to call him for the foul. That'll be his first. Team's 4th. So unlike first half, Larkin now a little bit in foul trouble as a team with 4 team fouls, and we've only played just under 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes into that third quarter.
Jason Williams or 5:15 remaining.
Or 5:15 remaining, depending on how you want to put it.
Jason Williams, first toss, no.
Is the glass half empty or half full?
Maroons still losing here by 2, trailing by 2, 32-30. Second one by Jason Williams. His toss, good. Almost brings rain with that high trimmer of his. Cadney inbounds, almost stolen by Rodney Clifton. He did get it, but he was out of bounds. So they'll try once again. Good defensive here. And again, we said the quickness in the second half, as you pointed out in the first half, Paul. Oftentimes, Elgin can wear out an opposition with this very harassing defense.
It's the press.
Hodge gets it down to Cahoon, not in the fashionable way, but does get it done. Mirza, land of 3. No. Rebound, tapped around. Who's got it? Semero had it for a moment. Now Stone Cypher to Barty. Barty in a gallop, as you can see. Might go all the way. He will. It's good. And it's charge.
Call a charge on Barty.
Charge on Barty. You have seen that as we've got cameraman Chad down there. About that 8-foot area in the paint. We've seen more action there than ever in recent games. Bodies falling, injuring ankles. Lots of collision time down there. 32-31, still the Royals by 1. Cadney gets it across the timeline, forced to handle that basketball a lot with Sean Griffin down here in the second half. Again, he sprained his ankle with 39 seconds remaining in that first half. Has not reappeared. 4:40 remaining here in the third stanza. Cadney sets up the offense again, looks to Coach Canada and Coach Jones. Sean Lever there. Cahoon down low, bullet pass. Cadney, leaner, it's good. Oh, did he change that shot in midair or what?
Good shot from inside the lane.
34-31, Royals. Stone Cypher, left side, can't get the shot away. Back to Barty, thinks about a 3, not going to do it. Baseline, net's clogged, he needs help. Where will he go? Into the hands of Mirza. Mirza zigzags methodically through the crowd, turns it over, and he does.
You got to take some outside shots to free up that inside. Everybody's just collapsing on the inside right now because that's where the ball's going. Got to take some outside perimeter shooting.
Hey, we've got the first timeout in regular flow of the game of the night. 4:10 remain here in the third quarter. It's the Royals 34, the Maroons 31. We're going to take this timeout.
I sat my son down, explained it to him, simple, uncomplicated.
I didn't know what he was talking about. And he was nervous and sweating.
If you need help talking to your kids about drugs, call for this free book.
Okay, for the last time. This is your head. This is your head when you don't wear a safety belt. Any questions?
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Back once again we are. Paul, your thoughts?
Well, as I just got through saying, they have to open up the perimeter shooting to relieve some of that pressure down low. Both teams trying to work that ball inside, and right now, third quarter, as you said, with the stamina, and they're not going to try to run around a lot. They're just collapsing inside, and okay, if you're going to try to shoot inside, we'll just collapse and try to defend you inside. They need some outside shooting. Both squads do.
And, of course, the Maroons can shoot from outside. Yolan Edens can do that. Barty's not a bad shot, doesn't shoot a lot. Rodney Clifton's got good range. Stone Cypher's an excellent outside shooter. And now we see Chris Walsh, we should say, back in there.
Larkin with the press.
To Rodney Clifton. Royals lead by 3. 4 minutes remain, third quarter. Again, a classic matchup as always is. Clifton a runner, 13-footer, yeah! That's that quick acceleration by Rodney to get somewhat open by a half step and then have the ability to put it in. Cadney in a crowd leaning forward. Looks like Walter Davis. Remember Walter Davis way back when? Again, Kevin Kujak and a gallop to the hoop. Yeah, boy, Kevin did that great.
He's still playing somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah.
Walter Davis?
Somewhere in the 39 and older league. I don't know where it would be. There's going to be a foul as we chit-chat. And let's see, the Maroons headed for the line, we would think here. As the Royals lead by 3, 36-33. That was a great move by Kujak there to the hoop. And now Yolan Edens, getting more offensive-minded, is able to draw the foul.
Foul's going to be on Hotch. That'll be his second personal, the team's 5th.
Yolan at that line. Again, transferred in from Streamwood. First one good. Had some good early season games. Had a great game here back on December 6th, it would have been, against Barrington. That really brought him to the core a little bit. Offensive-minded he is. And he's got great quickness. Second one is good. Going to have a substitution here.
Josh Bibbins coming in.
Second time for Josh tonight. Mirza going out for a brief respite with a 1-point lead and 3-3 remaining third. Josh loses the basketball on the inbound. Turnover that time. Good defense by the Maroons, but Josh, his line of sight was cut off there and just simply lost the basketball off his own body.
Maroons with a basket to take a lead.
Barty will inbound in front of his own bench. Having trouble doing so. He'll lob it now. Semero in a crowd. Can he get the basketball? He can. Back to Barty from 3. No.
Oh, man.
Rebound, Cadney. I told you Mark doesn't shoot as well as some of the teammates.
Put up a brick.
Cadney will bring it across the timeline. Great ball handling guard it is for Barty.
Hope Chad didn't catch that shot.
Sean Labor's got it down low. Oh, too tall to handle for Kujak. Going through the lane nicely. Good intentions that time, but over the head of Kevin.
Yeah, Kujak had the back door because Barty couldn't clear around the screen.
Barty inbounds to Yolan. Back it goes to Barty. They'll probably try to get Jeff Stonecipher open on some of the wings, too. He's a much better shooter than we've seen here tonight. Really hasn't been shooting at all. 3:05 remain. Clifton one-on-one time. He'll get it down deep. Edens making Barty in a crowd. No. Tip, no. Rebound. Clifton, yes. Third attempt. Maroons take the lead by 1, 37-36.
Well, I tell you, Clifton just explodes, as you said, from a stationary position. Just get it right in, but Barty couldn't make the shot. Clifton with the recovery.
In trouble backcourt. Here's a steal by Barty. A 4-on-1 situation. Barty will be fouled. Boy, they swarmed the basketball that time and then en masse went to the hoop. You see Mark Barty's back looking at you there, and Clifton in front of that. Mark's going to end up at the charity line for a couple of tosses.
Josh Bibbins with the foul. That's his second personal, the team's 5th. As you said, Barty at the line, 1 for 2 tonight so far.
Mirza sat down for about 51 seconds. He's back in there now. Omerkasic is. Omerkasic, if you will. Hotch, as we call him. Here's Barty at the line. Spin of the basketball looking your way. First toss, short. Mark struggling a little bit here tonight. From the field, from the floor, from the charity line as well. We saw lots of familiar faces here today, as it always brings back some of the folks from past. Second one, not good. Rebound. That's Clifton in the crowd, is it not? Yeah, Rodney far right side. Picks up the dribble, needs some help, goes to Edens. Edens will set up the offense here if he goes between the circles. Yolan out on top on Hotch. Want to use his quickness, can't get free. Here's Stonecipher for 3. Will take it. It is going to be short. Rebound battled for. Taken down by Big Jason. Outlet to Kevin Kujak. Left-handed dribble, flings it now. Cadney. Tim back to the basket. Hotch. Hotch is open. He'll take a runner. No, sir. Rebound. It's taken down by Stonecipher.
He had the 3, but passed it up.
Rodney. Rodney stops. Pops. No. Rebound. Clifton taps to Stonecipher. His shot. Yes. 3-point lead by the Maroons. 39-36 with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. In a crowd, Cadney. Tim has it stolen by Barty. Barty might have double dribbled. Gets it to Stonecipher. Reverse layup. No. Rebound. Clifton. Foul somewhere. As this pacing getting out of hand a little bit for the Royals.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, Elgin can really put the pressure on, and they can wear down a team. You got 1:53 left to go in the third. I think Dominic Canada very close to calling a timeout there.
Everybody will be fatigued after this one, as everybody getting a respite there. Even Rodney Clifton taking a chance to get some extra win. And I guess we're not shooting that when all that tomfoolery took place. Where the foul took place, only Paul Lepping knows for sure. Out on top to Barty. I don't know at what point it took place.
They called it that it wasn't shooting.
From 3. No, we hear another whistle. You call it.
It was a bonus situation.
And they just missed it. So that would make sense. The Royals with that foul, that was team foul number 7. So we expected everybody to go to the line for the one end, and we did not see that. So Coach Harrington came out pointing at the clock saying, look at the foul numbers there. So we have to put some time back on the piece as well. We're at 1:49 because we wasted a few seconds there, and Clifton will go to the line. After all said and done.
That foul, by the way, was on Hodge. That was his 3rd personal, but it was the 17th foul, and they decided not to shoot it, and now they are.
Referees caught up in the flurry of action there for a while.
I guess.
So Clifton will go to that line. How many points for Rodney in the night, sir?
So far, 13.
And he doesn't get the first of the one end, so he won't get the end. Rebound Cadney. Royals trail by 3. Another classic right here, this time at Chesbrough Fieldhouse. Every time Elgin and Larkin play, you know it's a doozy. Here on the near side with the basketball, it's going to be Kevin Kujak. Kujak can't do anything with it. He'll need some help. Stolen by Barty, but stolen back by Hodge. Hodge goes back to Kevin, to Jason Johnson. Out on top now, Murch from way outside. Hodge, we should say, rebound on the missed shot by Stonecipher. Hodge couldn't do it. That's not going to bound by Kujak. Boy, he was way out downtown for that three-point attempt. Had me combining his name into new things there.
That was almost Tony.
That way up.
That was almost Tony Kukoc land.
It really was. Stonecipher out on top. Barty, 1:15 remaining in the quarter. Edens wants to think about a 3. Thinks about it, says no. Want to get closer. Flies to the lane. No. Rebound taken down by Larkin and Brad Gavley. And it's going to be Hodge with the tall dribble across the timeline. Guarded there by Stonecipher. Lean in by Hodge. What do we got here? Foul on Stonecipher. That's a tough mismatch there. Hodge has got the quickness and the strength, and Stonecipher is just trying to get his body in a position to say, maybe you charge me, sir.
And that's Stonecipher's first personal, the team's 3rd. Larkin taking the ball out of bounds.
Casey Sowers back in. Steve Semero out. 1:01 quarter remain. Hodge having trouble inbounding. Does so. Jason Johnson near side. Bounce it down low. Who's got it? Nobody. Paddled for out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Stonecipher. Well, that's a great matchup there. We have had more encounters, about 5 bodies and 3 square feet. Sounds like the work cubicle I have. All right. Hodge will inbound. He goes Cadney. Leaner by Tim. Changes the shot. Air ball. Rebound. Tapped up. No. It's Kukoc. Kujak, I should say. I'm going to make up a name. That's Kevin Kujak with that. I'm going to make it Kukoc. 39-38. Barty, a runner. No. Who's got the rebound? Cadney. 40 seconds remain. You can't beat fun, as Harry Carey used to say.
Good defense by Larkin down low, just a sag inside.
Yeah, here go to final shot time. Coach Kanata says to Tim Cadney, I think here, half a minute remain. Brad with the basketball here now to Hodge. Hodge flings it to Tim. Tim thinks about a shot, has it taken away by Barty, and Coach Jones not liking that. Timeout, says Mark Barty with 19 seconds remaining. I think Coach Harrington wanted to bring it up before he called the timeout. I'm not sure why I would call it there. Obviously, we're going to think about this final shot time. We're going to keep it here for this one because this is just too good here as we enjoy a thriller, as we always do, Paul. When we assemble here, we expect only the best. If not from the announcing crew, from the basketball talent, we do get that.
And it's been touch and go all the way. It was 17-17 after 1. It was 27-25 at the half. And there you see the score, 39-38, Elgin over Elgin Larkin right now. So it's going to go down to the wire.
No question about that. As the crowd sitting back here and anticipating a sterling finish to this contest, of course. The Maroons will have the basketball. There you see some of the Maroon fandom saving their best energy level for that 4th quarter, as I said. Conserving their energy right there, as they should.
Exactly.
The Maroons will have to inbound it on the far side. They'll have to bring it up 3/4 court and see what happens from there with the final 19 seconds and a lead they have. Elgin does, 39-38. See how they break huddles. And again, Sean Griffin, the outstanding player for Larkin, sprained his left ankle with just a handful of seconds remaining in the first half and has not returned here in the second. Clifton has it. He's not across the timeline yet. He'll tease us. Finally does. 13 seconds remain. Rodney, one-on-one time with 9 seconds. With 7. Rodney in the lane. Dish it. Casey Sowers, wing jumper with 4 seconds. No. Rebound tapped out to no one. And with 1 second remaining, out of bounds it goes. So length of the court, 1 second remaining for Larkin to do something. Inbounding will be Kevin Kujak. He has trouble flinging it to somebody, and it's going to be stolen, touched by Stonecipher, and that's the quarter right there. So exciting basketball action at the end of 3 stanzas. It's Elgin 39, Larkin 38. Tell you what, we'll take this time out. We're back after these.
Latex condoms are effective in preventing the spread of HIV when used consistently and correctly. For a free brochure on how to use a condom, call 1-800-342-AIDS.
1, 2, 1, 2. Larry, you know, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you got to do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
We're having some fun here as once again you see some of the crowd enjoying things. Take a look there. You'll probably see your neighbor, your cousin.
Hey, that's the guy that ripped my car off right there.
That's right.
Hey.
There's the paper boy I didn't tip at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Everybody's here tonight. That's kind of fun. This is what it's all about when you see a great house like that assembled for a high school game, Paul.
That's right.
All right. What else would you be doing tonight? Shopping?
Sure.
Yeah. Shopping for your wife. Either that or basketball.
Sure.
Rodney Clifton will inbound. I know it's a tape delay, but settle back in. We're going to enjoy all kinds of things here down the fourth quarter. Again, if you were out at this game, see how it was done as we bring it to you right here on WESE. Yours truly, Jeff Myers and Paul Epic. Barty around to pick by Stonecipher. To Rodney Clifton, a wing jumper. It's good. 41-38, Clifton getting hot now. Maroons by 3. Hotch brings it across the timeline. Again, the defense, they've had everybody on Hotch here tonight.
He's got his average of 15 points.
Jason Johnson way away from the court. Down low it goes to Kevin. Offhand, yes! Kevin Kujak. Boy, he's become offensive-minded here.
Good read by Johnson, too, seeing Kujak open down low. Kujak went right to the hoop and laid it in.
Barty with the tall dribble. In a crowd out on top now. He's guarded by Kujak. Again, Stonecipher with the pick out on top to Yolan Edens. He goes right to left. Stop, pop, terrible shot. Rebound taken down on the air ball by Kevin. He'll outlet to Hotch. Royals with a chance to take a lead. They're down by 1. Leaning towards the hoop. That's Hotch. He's got Stonecipher with him. Power move, yes, sir.
Good.
Great to watch.
Good move because he saw the mismatch. He had Stonecipher on him and took him right to the hoop.
He squares the shoulders, leans the upper body, and just puts it in for 2. 42-41, Royals by 1. 6:50 remain. Barty across the timeline. He's on the right side. He'll go Rodney Clifton. Clifton's guarded by Tim Cadney. Stonecipher in the land of 3 if he wants to take a shot. Doesn't do it. Stowers out on top. Fling it to Edens. Corner it goes Barty. Barty, wing to Clifton. It's knocked away but taken back by Rodney. Good defense, Cadney. Rodney pushes the man out of the way, gets away with it. Flings it the wing to Sowers. Back to Rodney. Rodney headed for the hoop. Stops, pops, no. Rebound taken down by Sowers, but he fouled Kujak. Pushed him out of the way, as a matter of fact, and that's going to be whistled against Casey.
And for Casey Sowers, that is his 3rd personal foul. Team's 4th.
We'll talk it over with both coaches on the post-game show when we wrap things up here. Hopefully, if time allows. 6:25 remain in regulation. You never know. 42-41. There's almost a steal in backcourt. Barty double teaming with Stonecipher. We go down.
Timeout.
Oh, a timeout by Hodge. Nice call. Boy, you see that in the NBA all the time. Hardly see that at the high school level, and not too much at the college, where you're in trouble. Just before you lose the basketball, you look at the eyes of the referee and say, timeout. Why didn't we think of that years ago? We never did that.
I know, but Barty looked like Barty was mugging Hotch a little bit, and Hotch, to presence of mind, grabbed the ball, called timeout.
Yeah, he did a nice job. We'll keep it right here, Paul, because I want to get your thoughts, young man, because this action is coming our way fast and furious.
Yes, sir. Well, what are my thoughts? Well, I think what Elgin has to do is start hitting from the outside. That's what's killing them a little bit. Or they could have put this game away. Clifton starting to catch fire, as you said. He's got 15 points on the night, but in the half, he's got 9. So he's starting to catch fire a little bit. Let's just see if they can get into Clifton's hands. Now, it's kind of interesting because Larkin put Cadney on him for his quickness. So it's Cadney now matched up against Clifton. And Hotch, take your pick. It's either Stonecipher sometimes or somebody else, because Hotch probably is getting a little bit tired with that knee injury.
Probably. And again, this is only his 3rd game back after missing 7 games with the arthroscopic surgery. And talking to some of the Larkin folks, Hotch was nearly driven crazy sitting on the bench waiting to come back. So here, Kevin Kujak will inbound with 6:18 remaining. Royals up by 1, 42-41. He flings it to Sean Lieber. Back it goes to Cadney. Tim's guarded by Yolan Edens. Great matchup there. Edens using his quickness. Cadney, the good ability he has to Lieber. Sean Flings it down low, Cadney. Cadney in the lane, forces shot, no rebound, taken out by Barty. In a 1-on-2 situation, Barty might go all the way. He will. He misses the shot. It's good. High above the rim, came down through the net. A shot by Barty that went. 43-42 Elgin.
Cadney on that last offensive thrust for Larkin should have put that ball back out.
Barty the steal, has it rejected by Kujak. Boy, there's great defense begets another great defensive job. Flinged it out of bounds, too, did Kevin. He was darn angry. Take that basketball away from me. Here.
That's right.
I'm going to kick that rock right out of bounds. That's what he did. Barty will inbound. He gets it to Stonecipher. 5:45 remaining. This is a thriller as Ollie. Clifton running the baseline shot. No. A rebound taken down by Sean. He'll get it to Hodge. Let's see how Hodge will handle this now. Mirza with that cool and calculated look he has, the big Jason Johnson. Jason one dribble. Goes back to Sean, guarded by Edens. He's in trouble a little bit. Now he'll go far side to Mirza. Here's a leaner here. Knocked away, stolen cleanly, apparently, by Stonecipher.
Good double team.
But the coaching staff on Larkin didn't concur with that. Down low, Sowers off his own shin. All right, pass from Barty to Sowers in that crowded zone we've been talking about right in front of cameraman Chad. Sowers says, I can't bend that low.
You're right, because it was a small bounce pass right by his toes. Sowers, as you said, couldn't bend down that low, went right off his shoe out of bounds.
43-42 Maroons. The Royals have got the basketball with 5:15 remaining. And Mirza gets it in forecourt to Kujak, knocked away from behind. There's a foul. Clifton gets the foul.
It's a good call. It's a good call. Of course, it's going to get some resin here, but that was a good call by Clifton. On Clifton, rather.
The Royal fans on the far side are saying, finally, with that chant. And Rodney Clifton says, I didn't touch him much.
It's his third, team's fifth.
Jason Johnson, power move through the lane, reverse.
Oh, my!
Oh, Johnson for two, Royals by one, 44-43. Edens thinks about a three. He lowers the knees, and that was all. Stonecipher, also a good outside shot. Back it goes to Edens.
Needs a screen.
Yeah, looking for it. Yolen says, I'm not seeing anything develop here, fellas. He dribbles now between the circles. Backwards he goes. Now Jim Harrington shouts out instructions, squatting there in the sidelines. There's Edens. No advantage there. He needs help. Backwards with the dish, Stonecipher. Jeff land a three, set shot. No, rims out. Kujak board. Off his own body, out of bounds almost. Kevin's got it.
Nice
to Mirza. Here come the Royals. They lead by one. Cadney far side. Down low. Here's a foul against Elgin.
Calling on Barty down low with a block. Got there a little bit too late. And
not in the bonus yet, Paul, as you know. That'll be team foul number 6. Whistle that on Barty, his third. Or his second, as you said, Paul. Mirza will inbound. 4:29 remaining. Royals by one, 44-43. Out on top, Cadney. Tim, near side to Hodge. Hodge with a left-handed dribble around the pick by big Jason Johnson. Land of three, it'll be short. Rebound, Barty on the air ball. In the crowd, Barty's going to run over bodies. He's fouled by Mirza.
And Mirza couldn't get out of the way. That knee can only go so far.
Barty was like a train there. He got that and said, I'm coming out of this zone no matter what. And he was the time it would be at this time of night, the 9-12 Express going to town.
That's Hodge's fourth personal foul.
And that's a key right there, because Mirza is a durable player out there, to say the least, and Sean Griffin was injured and has not returned, as you fellas know. So it's at the line, Barty.
Barty for the 1-and-1. 1 for 4 thus far tonight.
He can knot it up or keep his team behind. He does. Keeps his team behind, but Stonecipher the board. 44-43 Royals. 4:15 remain. Barty zigzag through traffic. Down low to Sowers. Casey can't get the pass. Out of bounds his backside is as he has the basketball. Turnover, Elgin.
Exactly right.
Again in that zone with the referee is mopping up the area that's been so hard worked here tonight. Kevin Kujak will inbound with backcourt pressure being applied by the Maroons. The Royals have responded nicely to the pressure test of this second half. Kujak inbounding.
Bill Cahoon in the lineup as Johnson sits down.
And again, Mirza's playing with the 4 fouls. Near side, Kevin Kujak, guarded by Edens. Kevin will be fouled by Yolen. Going to the line for the one hand.
Yolen's second personal foul.
4 minutes remain. Our thanks to all the coaching staffs, of course.
1-and-1.
It is 1-and-1. They had the same confusion earlier, and Kujak's going to end up at that line. Mike Termini, we appreciate his stat help for the Elgin side of things. Appreciate everybody helping out here. Coach Dom Canada and the troops as well here for our telecast, our tape delay telecast here on WESE. Yours truly, Jeff Myers. That's Paul Epic right there. We've got a cast of thousands working right here. We take up more space than Rhode Island.
A cast of thousands?
Yes, we do. Kujak's first is good. Royals lead by 2, 45-43. They have had the whammy on Elgin this decade, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
A great coaching job by Dominic Canada and Tim Jones. Second one, yes, by Kujak. He's had a fine game. How many points?
Well, he's got 8 right now.
8
Ball in the
for
second
Kevin.
half.
Done a nice job. 46-43. Barty in backcourt, lob it to Rodney Clifton, who's been quiet lately. He's guarded by Sean Lever.
Stone Cipher open on the left side if you see him.
Clifton almost travels, probably did. Stone Cipher hesitant to take that 3 here to Yolan Edens. They have some outside shooting, but they won't take it. Maroons trail by 3. Stone Cipher's got it in zone again. Not going to take the shot. Going to get it back to Rodney Clifton, he thinks. He's going to be in trouble now. Mark Barty, guarded by Kujak. Casey Sauer's been quiet here in the second half. He looks left, looks right. Out on top, Edens. 3:20 remains. Royals by 3, 46-43. Edens getting direction from Coach Jim Harrington, will angle it left. Into the lane he goes as Yolan. He misses the shot. Rebound, Cahoon.
Man.
To Hodge. Hodge to Cadney. Tim in forecourt. He might go all the way. Leaner, Cadney, yes. Cadney with the 2. Royals by 5. 3 minutes remain.
Jimmy might call time. Let's see. Nope.
48-43, double teaming in backcourt. Barty flings it to Sowers. Casey down low, throws it away, stolen by Hodge.
Good anticipation by Hodge.
Larkin fans going crazy. They've got the basketball in the lead. Hodge out on top, down low, Cadney working the left side, zooms through the lane. Baker, no, rebound, Sowers. In a crowd, he's fouled. Could be one of 3 Maroons, I should say Royals. Cadney ends up on his stomach, probably committed the foul.
It's going to be a 1-on-1 situation for Elgin. As the foul's on Bill Cahoon, that's his first personal foul. The only problem with Elgin right now is that they're not making their free throws, at least on the 1-on-1s, and that's what they have to do right now.
No, they're not. And outside of Rodney Clifton, there's offense nowhere.
It's true.
2:39 remain. Casey Sowers, who's been quiet here in the second half. Has he got any points at all? He does not, does he?
He's got 6 way back in the first quarter.
All right, so he's been quiet since the initial 8 minutes. Sowers will go to the line. These are big free throws if you're a Maroon fan. If you're a Royal fan, you're hoping the trend continues. Deion Johnson, the football star, will check in. Jeff Stone Cipher, who's had an off night, will say, I'll sit down for a while.
You know, in fairness to both squads, you can throw the records right out the window. This is just blood and guts all the way every time these 2 teams get together.
No question about it. Deion in there for defense and Stone Cipher return on the offense. Sowers first toss good. He's got 7. There's a good look at Casey, senior. Second year of starting here at Elgin High School. Swish on that one as well. 48-45 Royals. Semero back in now. And I think he's coming in for Casey. Casey doesn't want to go out at this point, but does. Okay, going to inbound. Tim Cadney will do so.
Jason Johnson back in the lineup as Cahoon gets a nice hand from the crowd.
Cadney will inbound. You see the backcourt pressure there developing. And there's Hodge with it. He's going to go to Cadney. Cadney with that familiar lurching forward movement of his and the thin arms. Great ball handling ability, though. To Jason Johnson, the big burly lad. To Kujak, who's had a wonderful game here tonight. To Barty, almost had the steal. There they're going to get it working along into the lane to Jason Johnson. Force a shot up. No, rebound. Little Deion Johnson skyward for it. In a crowd, his teammates left him there. To Barty. Far side, Yolan Edens. 2:10 remain. Edens in trouble. He'll get it to Deion. Deion needs help. Out on top, Barty. Let's see who wants to shoot here. Get it to Clifton, says Coach Jim Harrington. With 2 minutes remaining, and now everyone on this side of the court standing. Clifton, a runner. No, revs out. Rebound. A foul of some sort. It's going to be whistled.
It's against Elgin.
Against the Maroons. Maroons committed the foul. It looks like Sean Lever's going to go to the line.
Deion Johnson. It's going to be his first personal foul, and that's going to send, as you said, Sean Lever to the line. Lever with 4 points tonight all in the first quarter.
The student section on this side, the Elgin fans wanted to get up and start to cheer a little bit, but the Maroons couldn't get a good shot away. 1:56 remain. It's 48-45 Royals. Lever's had a fine game. A key component in this game tonight is at the line. And he got the 1-and-1 first toss. No, rebound taken down by Semero, but knocked away and taken down by Sean.
Semero and Johnson both went for it.
He knocked it away to Hodge. Hodge into the lane. Oh, leader by Hodge. Banks it. Yes. just a great, powerful move once again by Mirza. It's 50-45. Land of three. Rodney Clifton. No. Rebound Kujak. 1:33 remain. The Royals by 5. 50-45. Hotch has got the basketball, and that's the man all right. He's guarded by Deion Johnson. A big Johnson on the far side. There, Johnson. Jason. And now with it is going to be Kujak. Kujak dancing around there. Kevin dish it down low. Mirza in the lane. He traveled that time. 1:14 remain here, Paul. Let's see how Coach Jim Harrington calls it. Wants to put it up quickly here. The Royals lead by 5. Timeout.
Timeout, Larkin.
We're going to keep it here. You see everybody standing on the far side and on the near side in that case. I think we're back here. Yeah, we're waving into you a little bit. It's 50-45. This has been a sensational game, and certainly Hodge, missing 7 games with the bad knee, arthroscopic surgery, he really can answer the test when need be.
Exactly, and Hodge did it at about the 1:30 mark of this fourth quarter with that key bucket to give Larkin a 5-point lead. The only guy scoring at will for Elgin is Clifton when he can get open. Other than that, everybody's been scoring from the charity stripe when they can for Elgin. But Larkin has taken control of this fourth quarter. And I don't know, the momentum has swung to the Royals. Let's see if the Maroons can bring it back.
And if you're a casual basketball fan, as often would be the case for this Elgin-Larkin matchup, Mirza Omerkasic, we're going to call him. He, of course, some of the Bosnian kids who, before the 93-4 season came to our country, a couple ended up at St. Edward High School, several at Sycamore, in DeKalb, and things of that nature. So they have enjoyed good success, and Mirza is one of the Larkin folks to now be in his second year leaving that war-torn country. 50-45 is the count. Barty with the basketball. Let's see what happens here. Barty, tricky dribble in the lane. He'll go Stonecipher. Land of three. Good. Stonecipher hits a three with 62 seconds remaining. Timeout right there. 1:01 remain. Stonecipher the three from the near side. 50-48. Larkin by 2. You wonder why, if you're a Maroon fan, why Jeff wasn't doing that more often.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, everybody, for 3 quarters, this game was down low. Nobody was trying to make that outside shot. So the referees are conferring there. But nobody was trying to make that outside shot. Now Stonecipher has made the outside shot, and I guess they were conferring on a 3-point shot, and they did. It's a 3-pointer.
I thought basket went in, immediate timeout, and the clock ticked a couple more seconds. I think they might have been. There's Mike Rogowski in your picture, the Illinois Benedictine grad and Elgin Maroon athletic director, surmising the situation, enjoying the house tonight. He certainly is. And, you know, this kind of crowd's great. Again, both teams are sensational, obviously, with the glossy record Elgin's had, and with Larkin just about ready to knock these guys off. Realize that you should be attending a high school basketball game on a given Friday and Saturday night, getting out there and cheering those troops on, because it's just about the best thing you could be at, really.
Exactly.
So here we go. 1:01 remain. Larkin will have to inbound, go the length of the court, bring it up. We'll see if a steal doesn't take place, where and who will be fouled by the Maroons. And let's see if they have Hodge inbound. Probably Kevin Kujak will do the honors. There you see the clock with 1:01 remaining. There's Hodge coming into your screen. There's Kevin Kujak, the back of Kevin. Kevin will inbound. You'll see the pressure now as we see it from this angle. Kujak flings it to Hodge. Hodge dancing around. He'll get it to forecourt to Cadney. They get across the press. Cadney double team. Goes to Hodge near side. Mirza, basketball above the head. He'll get it now on the wing to Kujak. 49 seconds remain out on top. Cadney. Foul hasn't taken place yet. Royals by 2. 43 seconds remain. Near side it goes to Kevin. Kevin's fouled there. 40 seconds remain on the timepiece. Kevin Kujak to the line for the 1-and-1.
So they're going to call that foul on. It's on number 20, Deion Johnson. That's his second personal foul. It's going to send Kujak to the line. Kujak thus far with 8 points. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe.
And an exceptional second half. Kevin's been a great factor in the second half.
All 8 points.
So here, probably the biggest charity tosses in his varsity career for Kevin, whose brother also went to Larkin High School. This toss, no. Rebound by Rodney Clifton. Rodney to Barty. Let's see what happens here. 35 seconds remain. Maroons trail by 2. They've got the basketball. Barty, blocking foul against Kujak. We go to the 1-and-1. Barty to the line where he's had trouble tonight. We'll go to the charity line for the 1-and-1.
Kujak's second personal. That's a tough call. Didn't look that much contact, but in any case, it sends Barty to the line. But Barty hasn't done much tonight. He's only got 3 points. 1 for 5 from the charity stripe.
And he took a long time to head to that line, too. There's a good look at Mark Barty, the senior. This toss, good. 50-49. One more for Barty. 31 seconds remain regulation. Royals lead by 1. There's the crowd standing up. Enjoying this action. This toss is going to be no good. Rebound, Balfour taken down. Stonecipher to Yolan Edens. Timeout, Jim Harrington. 27 seconds remain. Elgin's got the basketball. Big rebound that time by Jeff Stonecipher.
Unbelievable. Elgin could hold for the last shot if they choose to. Let's see what happens.
We'll go into the huddle here. You see Jason Williams, Jeremy Link. There's Steve Semero, number 35. Mr. Ciccone, number 25, leaning in. There's the Larkin huddle. They played a great game here tonight. Again, it would be the upset coming into Chesbrough Fieldhouse to knock off Elgin, but again, Larkin's awfully familiar with that concept in the decade of the 90s. There's my vision you're seeing right now as we look around the crowd. Enjoy the sights. Everybody standing up.
Elgin coming in tonight 12-1, as we said at the start of the broadcast. Let's see if this team has any character, if they're going to wait to the last shot, do or die.
Well, the Maroons, are only loss this year was a 59-58 thriller that went right down to the end here on this court against Highland Park in Game 2 of their Christmas tournament. So here we go. They've had some good games, to say the least. And so has Larkin, of course. They have been exceptional. They were kind of an unknown team coming into this year, but when you can build it around Mirza, you certainly can do a lot, and they really have. Coach Kanata should be saluted for the good work there. And well, what do we should be? Okay, inbounding it will be. I was thinking 1-on-1, but Barty's got the basketball after the Stonecipher board. 20 seconds remain. Elgin trails by 1. They've got to put it up here. Probably won't have overtime in this situation. Backwards, Barty almost with a 5-second count, for heaven's sakes. But now Barty wants to move forward. Barty in the lane. 4-shot. It's going to be so good. Sowers aboard. And what have we got? We have got a whistle. A foul
on
against Larkin.
On Levers.
A foul goes against the Royals, and it's going to be Casey Sowers who got the board after Barty's shot didn't look all that good. Sowers will go to the line. It enhances the chances of overtime if Casey makes one of the two, but he's got to make the first. Timeout right there to ice the shooter by Dominic Kanata. So again, Barty missed the tough shot. A tad bit of confusion there by Barty, I thought. And then he kind of made a tough shot in a crowd. Sowers got the board, as you saw, almost backing up a little bit. The carom came out a little drew, if you will.
And Sowers was right there to pick the pumpkin right out of the air, and he'll go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Paul, tell us from the charity line this year. You look at Coach Termini's stats there and tell us what he's done.
Well, let's see if I can find him here. Free throws, 57% from the charity stripe.
All right, so that sets the stage for Casey Sowers. 6 seconds remain. Casey will be at the line for the one end. It was 17-17 at the quarter, 27-25 Larkin at the half. It was 39-38 Elgin at the end of 3. Now 50-49 Larkin with 6 seconds remaining. Again, Sean Griffin, the outstanding guard for Larkin, sprained his ankle in the final 39 seconds of the first half and has not played here in the second half. Despite that, a great performance by the Royals as a squad. Sowers at the line. This is it. Let's see if the crowd will be silent for this thing. Casey's got the weight of the world on those shoulders out there. I can't take the pressure from the broadcast booth, for heaven's sakes, Paul. Here we go. Got to make the first to assure an overtime. He doesn't. Short rebound. Hotch. He's fouled. 5 seconds remain. Mirza goes to the line. That still gives him plenty of time to get away at 3, even if Hotch makes both the charity tosses. So the foul did take place quickly there. Sowers missed the first of the one end, a little bit to the right and low, if you might. Stonecipher will come back in here for his three-point shooting ability. And Mirza Omerkasic will go to the line to see what he can do here.
I think that foul was on Clifton, which would be his 4th. They still have levers up there. I'm going to give it to Clifton. He was the only guy in the vicinity.
All right. No Royal in the rebounding position as Hotch will go to the line for the one and. If he misses any of them, the Maroons will bring it up full. This toss, no! Rebound, Semero. Let's see if the shot comes. Barty in forecourt. Barty from the land of 3. Rims out. Larkin has won. It rimmed out. Look at the Maroon players. Larkin dancing right there. They have pulled the upset as Barty's leading three-pointer went down the cone, came out of the cone, rimmed out, and Larkin's Royals have won 50-49. And again, a classic as always between these two schools.
Unbelievable, and I'm telling you, it's always exciting to be here, and again, I'm glad to be here to see these contests. This is just incredible.
No question about that, as the Larkin fans are dancing in the aisles, and the Royals have done it again. I'm going to say 11 of the last 12 games they have won. Not since the 89-90 season, when Elgin won the last 2 of that year. Since that point, it has been all Larkin, and the upstart Royals this year have done it. Coming into Chesbrough Fieldhouse again, where the Maroons have not defeated Larkin in 5 years now, knocking off the Maroons 50-49. A great game by Hotch, the Bosnian lad. A fine game by Kevin Kujak, especially in the second half. And again, Sean Griffin, the outstanding senior, was injured and didn't play in that second half. So we've got to take a brief rest, but I tell you what, we'll tell Director Dave we're going to take a quick time out because we'll come back for some stats, and we hope to have a chance to talk it over with both coaches. So that's what we'll do. Again, repeating the final before we take a time out. It's Larkin winning again. The Royals 50, the Maroons 49. We'll take these timeouts.
You know, we talk a lot about HIV on television, but the most important questions are yours. Call the Illinois AIDS hotline at 1-800-AID-AIDS. Let's talk about HIV. Shouldn't you know?
Yes, I have a patient wearing a medical alert bracelet.
X-rays on the back. Any essential line kid? And we're back here at Chesbrough Fieldhouse, Elgin High School, with Larkin winning 50-49. With the victory, Larkin goes to 11-4, 4-2 in conference. Elgin drops to 12-2, 4-1 in conference. Let's cover the scoring for you. First, for the victorious Royals, they were led in scoring by Tim Cadney with 10, Hotch, Mirza Omerkasic with 10, Jason Johnson with 10. You have Kevin Kujak with 8, Sean Griffin with 7, Sean Lever with 4, and Bill Cahoon with 1 for their 50. For the Elgin Maroons, they were led in scoring by Rodney Clifton with 15 points. Then you've got Casey Sowers with 8, Steve Semero with 7, Yolan Edens with 5, Jason Williams with 5, and Jeff Stonecipher with 5 for their 49 points. Again, the final, Larkin defeating Elgin 50-49. And let's turn it over now to Jeff Myers with a talk with one of the coaches. Jeff?
We're going to hear from Coach Dominic Canada in just a couple seconds as we heard Paul giving us the information. You can see as we take a look out there and as we talk with you, we'll continue to show the crowd as well there, Dave, because you can see the celebration going on. Look at all the fun time out there as we take it right to center court. The Maroons enjoying that. Coach Dominic Canada is going to talk with us here for a moment. Come on over here, Coach. Congratulations there as we get a chance to talk with you. Boy, that was a thriller as always.
Well, it was. I was hoping we could be here at the end of the game so we'd have a chance to win it. Elgin's a team you really don't want to have a big lead on you, especially with missing Sean Griffin. You know, he's got that badly sprained ankle. So I was hoping we could stay there. We got the lead, and we were able to hold on to it.
Certainly Hotch is such a durable performer for you.
Oh, and he's so hard to guard. I mean, he's hard to guard in the perimeter. If you use a guard out there, then he takes them inside, and he overpowers them inside, and he's playing about 80% right now. When we get him back to full strength, we're going to be a really tough team to beat.
I thought Kevin Kujak had a fine, especially second half.
Oh, he did. He played a great guy. I thought defensively he did an excellent job. Barty is such a a tough guard to contain. And if you don't contain him, he picks you apart by penetrating and passing the ball.
And you were covering up well. You know, the Maroons can shoot from the outside quite well. They were a bit leery to do so.
They were. You get in those tough situations, and they really didn't shoot a lot in that second half. And I thought that was the key for us, you know. They really hadn't shot a lot. I know Stone Cipher hit the big three, but there weren't too many other guys who were really willing to step up there and shoot it since they hadn't made one for quite a while.
They really weren't. So, yeah, a great defensive job by yourself. With Sean Griffin, how was that ankle?
It's going to be severely sprained, and hopefully that's all it is, and we can get him back. But I think that makes this win even sweeter because he was really playing a good game for us offensively and defensively.
Also, Tim Cadney, he had to do lots of ball handling in that second half.
Oh, and then he played great defense. Tim hasn't been known for his defense, but tonight he concentrated on his defense. Well, you know, we haven't had to put that stress on him in some of these games, but tonight he stepped it up. He had some big blocks in the first half.
Coach Cannata, you've got the whammy on the Maroons, don't you?
I don't know about that, but I know we were ready to play tonight, and we might beat him twice more. I know one for sure.
Well, it was a wonderful crowd, wonderful night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Cannata. Nice job. Coach Dominic Cannata. Paul, why don't you come on down here as we get a chance to wrap things up here. It's always tough to leave a great scene like this as we continue to see some of the fans. They don't want to go home either. No need to look at me. Director Dave, show some of that crowd out there because look at all the fun that's going out on the court there. I think cameraman Chad is being mobbed, as a matter of fact, as we speak. But we're going to have Paul come down and say so long to you. And once again, just remind you what an incredible basketball fun it is to enjoy these high school games. Come on over here, Paul. Going to show that handsome face of yours on camera. By golly, what can we say? It was just a wonderful night, wasn't it?
Well, you asked Dominic Cannata, there must be some kind of a jinx or something to that effect with regards to the Elgin Maroons, and I think there is. I think there is some type of a jinx. Larkin just loves to come in here and beat Elgin, and they did that again tonight.
They certainly did, and as Coach Cannata said, probably 2 more times up the road these two teams might meet.
Exactly. I think a couple of key players tonight that we ought to mention. Kevin Kujak with 8 points all in that second half, really led the way from the guard spot on Larkin. And Hotch, again, inside, got 4 of his 10 points in that fourth quarter, really led the charge there as well.
And again, as you saw, look at some of the activities going on out there as folks are there. Some of the Elgin cheerleaders, a bit morose right now, but they'll shed a tear or two, Paul, and realize there's another day.
Exactly right. You know, you've got Rodney Clifton here with, just looking at some of my stats here, 15 points, had 9 in the second half, but not enough for Elgin again tonight as Larkin with the win.
Well, there's the camera crew you're seeing right now. So, Paul, we're going to sneak out of here because everybody's having fun. And again, nice job, Paul. We'll see you up the road as well. So, again, repeating the final as the crowd gets a chance to enjoy things there right along press row. There we go. There's some of the folks there. You see me meandering a little bit. Again, the final. Larkin's done it again. A wonderful performance by Hotch, Mirza, if you might. And the Royals come away with a final count of 50-49. A final second shot from the land of 3 by Mark Barty, rimmed the cone. And this game was history. It was fun. We appreciate all the cast and crew being here. Our great camera crew, John, Chad, Andy was here, Director Dave, just everybody. We got to scoot out of here. So again, repeating that final, it was Larkin 50, Elgin 49. We'll see you next time.